we are recording.
I honestly don't even know what I want to say for the intro.
And start the show.
I was honestly hoping we could start by just showing the entirety of the Nobody's Girl music video, but honestly that works too, so good shout. Okay, we are back. We took a week off, not necessarily by choice. Extenuating circumstances occurred in which I had to do the job that I'm paid to do on the day that we were supposed to record, so that's a bummer. Boo in the F in the chat for being employed, I guess. But that means we have double the things to talk about this week. So it's
3-hour show.
2 hours. And yeah, I'm going to have to stir my onions like 4 times by the time we're done with this. So, okay. Yeah, I'm making French onion soup in the background. So if you see me like run away or hear me run away, I guess, for the audio listeners. I am joined as always.
Yeah, I think you're doing that. I think you're doing that just to spite me, I think.
You personally?
Yeah. Yeah, you're just like, I'm going to make French onion soup because I know Richie hates it. And so you're just like, look at me with my soup that I'm making in my crock pot. And you know I don't like soup or hot liquids, so.
I'm pretty sure there was a while ago that you swore that you were going to have a segment called Richie Tries Hot Liquids.
Yes.
Where are we at with that, brother?
I promised.
It's November 23rd.
I did promise you that we were going to start doing that. We're into November. And it's still not cold enough to do that. But like we're getting into this, like we can do it across like December and January. I feel like
by the time we release this episode, it's going to be Thanksgiving, and you haven't tried one single hot liquid yet.
Yeah, because it's not cold enough. We're not into. we're still into like
weather check you, dude.
We're still into the post. We're like post summer cool down. We're not even into fall yet. We just had a bunch of rain this week.
It's currently 64 where you live. It's currently 54 where I live.
Yeah.
That's cold enough for soup. Don't give me that.
I was out for a run earlier. I went out for a run because it's nice outside and it was great and I loved it. I did not wear long sleeve. I just wore this and it was great. And it was like that is not cold enough for soup. So we're getting there. When you come visit next month, we can do that, and we'll do. We're already planning on doing like an in-person version of it.
Okay, well, let's just make sure it's cold enough for your hubris then. Okay, let me do your intro, please. I am joined today, as always, by the car dealership's worst nightmare, Richie Flores.
Thank you very much. I am the negotiator in chief. And of course, I am joined by Crock Pot connoisseur, Jordan, my co-host.
We'll see. By the time we release this episode, my onions still may not be caramelized, so this might be a one and done kind of recipe, but I was chopping onions today, I swear to God, for 72 hours. I was like, every time I finished an onion, there was another one in the bag to replace it. My eyes were burning. I could not see. It was no good. But you know that they make onion goggles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And they make some that have like little like fake eyelashes on them. I'm not getting those, but I think they're funny.
Do we know why that happens?
Yeah. I do.
Why
actually.
does it?
It's because it has to do with the root of the onion.
Uh-huh.
If you watch, which I do like every time that I cut an onion because I just need to know how the pros do it, but there's this video of Gordon Ramsay dicing an onion. You don't dice them when you are doing French onion, but you cut an onion. And he tells you that you go a specific way so that you don't cut off the bulb or the root of the onion because that's what makes it bleed.
Yeah.
It's like the chemical reaction is like, I think it's sulfur or something that's in the little bulb. So when you like cut it open, it goes like essentially, and like it disperses all that stuff, and then your eyes start to water.
Makes sense. That's why I don't eat onions.
Okay. Well, I'm
just kidding. I do like a good onion on my burger.
A raw onion. Okay.
I had onions in my burger last night. It was great.
What's your thought on like burger onions? Do you like them finely diced, or like a sliver of like a red onion, or a sliver of a sweet onion, or a white onion?
I'm not a diced. I like them kind of like
Onion
the,
ring?
onion rings are good too. Yes, but yeah, just like the sliced version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can get like In-N-Out Burger does them well. Like you pop them on there, boom, perfect.
Yeah, because they're caramelized, the animal
Mm-hmm.
style ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Those are so good. I need to get those when I'm back in town. Okay, let's talk about you, Master Negotiator, because we had this on the dock last week and we didn't get to it.
Yeah.
How's that going?
So yeah, we were recording on a Sunday this week because I'm off from my actual job. And so I was like, oh, I have time. We can just record on a Sunday
I don't
because
know the
Monday.
last time we did record on a
I
Sunday.
know,
By
I
the
know.
way. Yeah.
I'm too busy watching racing,
Mm-hmm.
and doing my actual job. Um, so yeah, so Monday and Tuesday of this week here. By the time it was already happened. I'm planning to like finalize buying a car. So, we're in the process of that. And I was like live texting you when I was at the dealership about this situation. I was like, why is this kind of fun for me to do? I actually kind of enjoy because like I don't know if I'm the same way as most people, but I feel like I am more like deliberate. So I will do my research and stuff like that, and in terms of like interest rates and stuff like that, and so I know when I'm walking in what to tell these people, because if you show up and you're just like, hey, I want a car, they're gonna like force feed you to do it a certain way and cost you more money, and so like I know negotiations like you do it all. I've done enough of it to understand what these people are doing and the tactics. I feel like it's mind games, and I feel like I play these mind games quite well. And so I was able to negotiate them down by like well over, because my thing is like longer loan is a longer loan is fine for me if I'm paying more over the course of it. That's okay because I am more. I just care about the monthly payment. That's all I care about because
Sure.
that's what's going to affect me more so than the length of the loan and the payment. So so anyway, yeah. So they were like, I showed up, test drove the car, get cool, and then they were like, okay, here's where we're at on this, and it was like the first payment they showed me was like, okay, well here it is at like an average interest. Here it is at an average credit score, average interest rate. You're gonna be paying this much a month over 72 months, and it was like $500, and I was like, no, that's not it. And so I proceeded to keep talking them down, and I was like, all right. And originally they weren't going to be like. Originally they didn't give me an 84-month option. They were like, I don't even know if we have an 84-month option
Ooh,
for cars anymore.
84.
Yeah,
Oh God.
yeah. That's what I have in my last car too. It's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
it's fine. That's a standard length of time for onions to caramelize.
yeah. Yes.
I was just
It's
giggling when you were texting me because it was like updates on stuff, and then you're like, "LOL, this guy thinks I'm signing today. Like, they don't want me to leave, but I
yeah.
am." Like, it was very funny. Like, oh, he's like, I imagine you're just at the dealership like giggling while that guy's in the back like printing his 1,000th sheet of paper
I
to slide
was,
over
dude.
the desk to you.
They went back like 6 times. Yeah, it was crazy. And then they finally were like, um, I I was like, because I told them all my main goals here is like, dude, I want to get as close to my current car payment as possible. I did my best to kind of explain why. And so I'm like, and then so I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to get anything done today. And then the sales manager comes over, and the last thing he tells me before I leave is like, if we get down to this price, which was pretty damn close to my current payment, will you sign today? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And I left.
No.
But it was like right there. And so like, it's just out of principle that I just didn't want to sign a thing on the same day I walk in. I was like, I can leave and then come back and they're going to give me the same deal because they quoted me. They're like, hey, we'll give you this price. Like you can't really you can't go back higher. You can't be like, hey, you remember that time we told you we were going to give you this? That was a lie. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. One time, this was a one-time offer. No, that's not how negotiations work. That's not how that works. Like, because now I know that they're willing to go to that price. Why would I pay any higher? Right?
Exactly. Yep.
So
no, you're with it.
So no, I got them now, and we're gonna hopefully get it done this week.
All right.
At a very reasonable cost for a brand new car in the year of our Lord 2026, basically. I think I'm gonna make out pretty okay. So.
All right. Yeah, I was so afraid the last time I had to do all the paperwork. I was trying to get 99.9% of it in writing before I even set foot in the dealership because I was like, I don't want you guys to start walking back on things once I walk in and whatever else it was. The actual person who did all my paperwork and stuff actually did find me a little bit better deal. That my interest rate was really high for some reason. Like, did you run my credit? What are you doing here? Mm-hmm. Why are you giving me a crazy interest rate? We're gonna need that down. I'm haggling the guy and I walk into the dealership after I've haggled the guy over email and he's expecting some tough negotiator and it's me. I'm I'm here to sign the paperwork. He's like, oh, we got scammed. It was fine. The only thing I really scammed him on was the trade-in value on my old car because I don't think it was worth what they ended up giving me for it. Yeah. That's what Carvana said because it was online. I was like, hey, I got an offer in hand right now. They were like, oh, shoot. Okay, I guess we got to match it.
Yeah. Yep.
Give me the money. You got a good deal on your value as well. That was more than I was expecting.
I did. That was way more than I was expecting. So, which is going to help me pay for a down payment on the new car, which is nice.
Do you know the specs? What color you're getting? What's the sitch?
Yeah. It is a 2025 Nissan Kicks. It's white.
Okay.
And it comes with the SV trim comes with CarPlay that is not that you don't need to
it's not
plug
on
in.
The janky cord.
Yeah. Which is great. The wireless CarPlay I was sold.
Yeah, that's really nice. I think you looked at those.
Yeah, I told the guy who was helping me out. I was like, I'm coming from a 2019 Kicks, which obviously you've seen. Mm-hmm. Albeit beat up and dirty inside.
Heard it whistling on the highway. It's gonna be so great next year when we go to con.
Yeah. He did not let me go on the highway while test driving. We just went on the side streets.
So it could whistle. We don't know.
Yeah, it could.
Well, you should probably find that out before you leave the lot. But
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think because I had some beaten. I was beaten up. So anyway, I told the guy, I was like, this is crazy because going from what I had before the 2019 to the 2025 is legit going from dial-up internet to Wi-Fi. I was like, God damn, this is not even close to being the same. And it's actually a little bit bigger than my previous one, which I didn't expect. Honestly, I thought it was going to be similar size. It's not. It's a little bit bigger. And it's got some cool new little technology features in it too. So no heat warmers in the seats, I don't think. Right,
you live in Arizona, you're fine.
What if I want a hot booty, okay?
Go to Pilates, girl. The same way the rest of us get it. No. But I will say that thank you. Be here all week. Caramelizing onions. I will say the one thing that I do miss about the car that I traded in, which came from Arizona, which is funny, but that car had a heated steering wheel, but it didn't have remote start or anything like that. This car that I have now has the remote start, so I was like, I'll take the trade of the heated steering wheel versus the car is slightly warm when you get into it and it defrosts itself. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Smart.
That was a good trade, but sometimes I think about it when my hands are kind of cold up by the glass. Oh, that was nice, huh?
Gotta wear gloves.
What, while driving gloves?
Driving gloves, yeah.
I guess we could bring that back. I don't know. Not for me, maybe.
Like Ryan Gosling, yeah.
Right, in Drive.
Yeah.
Are those, I can't remember. Are those fingerless or are they not?
No, they were gloves, yeah.
Let's see. No, they
Yeah.
are actual gloves. All right. They have the knuckle cutouts is I
Yeah.
think what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm in the process of trying to come up with names for the new car. I have a couple. I have a
Okay.
couple.
We haven't talked about it, so
No, we
you
haven't.
have.
No. Yeah. My number one seed currently is Heli R.
Okay. Helicar.
Heli Car.
Helicar. All right.
Heli Car. There we go.
I like that.
Yeah. And as you brought up previously, I could actually turn the Tate Fund into the Tate Fund and call the car Tate as well.
You could. Actually. You could. If you would have a real place to put the fund, it would be an actual object instead of just a figurative like piggy bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could. I don't. We're not there yet, though. We've established previously that you're more of a hash brown still at this point.
That's
There's still
true.
time to convert, but
Yes.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other ideas?
Those are the two leaders in the clubhouse. I'm sure I'll come up with more. Once I actually get the car, then it's like different. Like if you're, it's like dating the car and then marrying the car, different. I guess.
Different. Taking the car to the first date at the Topgolf basketball experience.
That's a throwback. Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a joke that will go over the head of 99% of people that listen to this, including my parents who have listened to every episode at some point. They're like, "What?" Anne Hathaway at the Topgolf basketball concept. That's the name of the car legally. I named my current one after like the color that it was on the because my first car, I don't remember what I named it actually. Sorry. That car that I traded, the white one. That one, I think the color when I bought it was like pearl white or whatever. And this one that I have now is black, and it was called some different things, but the website of the dealership where I bought it from called it Black Pearl. I was like, screw it, let's just call it the Black Pearl. Like that's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So it kind of named itself, but like I would suggest to you in the same way that it's sometimes fun to go on Pet Finder and look up what they name the cats, like you could go with a very human or like a pop culture reference. You could also name it something absolutely crazy, like Top Ramen or Felony Tax Evasion or I don't know, Fax Machine, or just like you could just throw something. You could name it Two Hands Dance Break if you really wish.
Yes.
And like just I encourage you to think outside the box and see what fits when you get in it and start driving.
I will do my best.
There you go. That's all I
Updates to
can ask.
follow. Updates to follow.
Yeah, I'm going to expect a couple of photos when you do end up signing the papers.
Yes.
Oh, you know what you could name it? You could name it Emma Stone Bald. We put this on the document and we have to talk about it because we've been calling that movie Emma Stone Bald for like the last 2 weeks, maybe longer. And you pointed out that like Begonia is such an extremely nuanced film from several perspectives, and you and I just keep calling it the Bald Emma Stone movie. Like, we can't get past it. I don't remember what you gave it on Letterboxd.
I get 4.5.
Okay. I think I gave it 4. I think I gave it 4. 4.5 is hard for me. I don't give very much 4.5 because I feel like if it's in contention for a 4.5, it might be in contention for a 5 or it might be in contention for a 4, but I have a hard time putting stuff in that box.
As
I
previously
really enjoyed it though.
Yes, I did too. It surprised me actually quite a bit because I went in expecting a movie and then I got out of the movie with my expectations blown away in a way. Like I loved the movie. I really did. I did not expect much. I'm not the biggest Yorgos Lanthimos fan. Um, Poor Things was wild. Poor Things was weird and wild, and I don't remember what I gave it on Letterboxd, but I was like, I like that movie. Didn't love it. It was really strange. Never seen The Favorite, but I've always been a big fan of Emma and Jesse Plemons, and they blew it out of the water. And it was just an incredible. It really was a nuanced film about the current state of the world in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and how we interact with each other as human beings. And yeah, it was so good. And can I tell you like actually what my one of my favorite scenes in the movie is? And it's because it kind of like it was such a small little scene, so it's not really a spoiler by any means, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a scene that kind of I think unlocks the entire movie for me. And maybe if anybody else watches it, you can see it the same way as well. But it's the scene where um, Jesse Plemons goes to his place of employment and he's talking to one of his coworkers, an older black woman, and the woman is like, they're talking about how she had been like hurt at work previously, and she's still there. And it's such a small scene. It's like a little 90-second little cutout scene. We only see that other character one time, but it's like that scene is a perfect encapsulation of the movie because it is essentially like this is what America is right now, which is like the American worker is just beaten and battered, and and we're like trained to be like we have no power whatsoever in a way. So she has to keep going to this work and can't file for workers comp or anything like that because she's got to earn that paycheck. And that kind of unlocked the rest of the movie for me. I don't know if you had the same reaction to that scene. Probably not, but that's what was going through my head in that particular scene. Do you remember the scene I'm talking about, or are you just like this
I
guy's
do.
crazy? This is probably from
No,
another
I
movie.
no, I remember what you're talking about. I took a second because I don't think I internalized it like as deeply as you did in the moment, but I definitely remember that happening. It was the one for me that I really liked was like I guess sort of a similar message, but it's like the flashback to like when he's meeting with the higher ups of the board or something and he's standing outside the company and they have the like it's essentially like the vision of his mother like tethered to him,
Yeah,
that it's like this is this thing that like we can't let go, that like it's this weight and this burden here, and like that nobody's doing anything to solve it and you're just carrying it around and like nobody else can see this thing. That's like I think they're speaking to the nuance of it. There's lots of angles where you can take that's like this is the kind of society that has been built for us, I guess, that a lot of it feels like we're carrying our own burdens or our own weight and it's inescapable in a way, and like outside of you and yourself, like nobody's trying to help you with it. The like yeah, to your point about the workers comp and things of that nature, it's like it's just a cog in a machine kind of way,
mm-hmm,
and the people that make the money don't care about the cogs in the machine. Everybody's
mm-hmm,
out for themselves. And I really liked her later on in the film, Emma's little thing about like she's trying to tell him that Jesse Plemons that he's just in an echo chamber
mm-hmm.
of this thought and this belief. And I do feel like there are some ideologies that are very echo chamber out there, that's like people are believing all sorts of things.
Yeah,
Like you talk yourself into it, you talk yourself out of it, you surround yourself with it. The algorithms feed it to us. Like it's crazy. There's lots of things
yeah,
you can take away and decipher from it, and I feel like if you watch that movie again, you'll find new things about it that you didn't notice the first time. And just without spoiling the ending, it was one of those things that I think you and I both like thought was going to happen, and then
mm-hmm,
it deterred us and then was like no, and then at the end it brought you back and it's like, well, actually there's no way. Like the whole time, like
yeah.
very Sally Field and Mrs. Doubtfire. Like the whole time, it was crazy.
Yes,
That
it's
was
yeah.
crazy. That was
The end of the
that was the only part of the film that got into that like very there's a certain term for it that's like, what is it called? Hold on. Hold on. Because my AP English teacher, magical realism, my AP English teacher taught us this title about this book called Like Water for Chocolate. I don't know if you had to read it, but we had to read it in class, but it's essentially like the blending of like realism with the fictional and the, otherworldly and like whatever it is that like, that's the only part of the movie where you really get taken into something like that. That like breaks the tether of reality on it. It was good stuff though. Jesse Plemons is real good in that.
Yes, I agree. I said he was the MVP of the movie for me, and he should get nominated for Best Actor, alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, amongst others. And Emma Stone should get nominated for Best Actress as well. So, and I do think Begonia should get nominated for Best Picture. For me, anyway, it's legit right up there, like amongst the best movies of the year. But yeah, check it out. It's a great movie.
I liked it.
Emma Stone bald. It's more than a movie about a bald lady.
It is slightly more than Emma Stone bald, but you can tune in for that aspect and you will be rewarded.
Yes.
One of my favorite Letterboxd reviews, like I don't remember exactly what it said because I don't have it in front of me, but it was like toward the end, it was like a missed opportunity for Emma Stone to type in like 58008 like upside down on her calculator.
Yeah.
Just that it brought me back to math class. Like it was that was crazy. But people in Letterboxd are just funny. I'm sad that I'm not that funny with my reviews most times.
Right.
I'll see other people post things like you really should do stand up. We talked a little bit about Predator Badlands, I think at the end of the last episode, and you just said that like people should see it. Any revisions to that? Any more comments that you wish to add?
I was speaking of like 4.5-star movies. I gave that movie 4.5 stars. It is so much fun, and it is so much more than like an action picture or just like a bloody kill fest. Like it's a movie that actually has like a story to tell about like found family and it's actually like really, there's some really funny bits in it. Elle Fanning is great in it. And yeah, I was surprised. I was like, damn, I want to show up to a Predator movie and see some cool shit happen and some cool like watch them, kill a bunch of people and go ham. And there was some of that in here.
And then you like got a found family film. You're like,
and then we got a found family film. Yeah.
That's crazy weird.
It is PG. It is a PG-13 movie. So like, it's like you can go see it with, if you have younger-ish kids, I guess, at and you'll be able to watch it, just fine, right? Like you're not taking. It's like they're going to see the original Predator,
It's like maybe we don't take grandma to see that one, but yeah, people of a certain age. All right, let's go to. I guess we could go to tracks of the week. You have some additions. You had texted me one of them, but I know you're gonna have more than that.
Yeah.
What do we got? Fire it up.
Okay, so my first pick is I went to go see MGK this week. I know you're not an MGK fan, I don't think.
I'm an MGK tolerator.
Yeah.
Like if it's on, I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna like. Yeah. Most times I'm not gonna go and put him on, but if it's like when we were in the car on the way to San Diego, I was like, "This is fun, having a good time."
Yeah. He's great. He's really fun live. He's great. Went to go see a show. Was in a suite tickets. Bougie.
Very cool. Very cool.
For free too. Shout out. And his opener, it was Julia Wolf, and I was like, and I'd never heard of her, and this is why we go and we support our openers, folks. You always find new music, and she put out an album earlier this year called Pressure, and I was a big fan. She's an incredible singer, picture like incredible vocals, but with like more of like a new metal type sound to it to some of these tracks. And yeah, it's a big fan. One of my favorite songs is a song called Jennifer's Body, which was great.
Great
So
movie.
yeah. Yes. She even shouted out Megan Fox. She was like, this song is for Megan Fox during the show. So shout out to that. Also, we did not mention this, and I'm surprised we haven't yet. I forgot to mention it when it came out. But Rat Boys, as previously mentioned, their new record's coming out next year, and they're touring. But they put out the song that they played when you and I saw them in Chicago about the dog that has like has like
no
is
way.
too attached. Yeah.
The dog with like separation anxiety.
Yeah. Name of the song is called Anywhere, and that song is out now as a single. So I wanted to make sure I
liked songs immediately. Yeah.
Put out
that. Good shout.
Yeah. Put out that into the ether, and then also Medium Build has a new EP out with a couple new songs on there called Bounce and Ben Affleck, and those are great songs. We love Mr. Build around here. So
yeah, we do. We love Mr. Build. I knew that one was coming in, so I was like, I don't have to shout that one out. You got it. We also had new Good Boy Daisy in the break in between episodes. It's called Where Did You Go? The cover art is very funny because there was a whole like saga about these shoes on the Good Boy Daisy Instagram, like before the single came out, and those shoes made it onto the cover, and they were like posting about it. They're like, peep the shoes. We're like, we know. We've been asking for the last 3 weeks if you think the shoes are cool. They are. They're very cool, for the record. Running in those shoes, something different. But that's called Where Did You Go? They've been dropping a lot of singles. I wonder if we're getting more of a collaborative, more of like a definitive work of art soon, like another EP or something like that. We're here for it. We will be first on the orders if you guys do it. I also pulled a song called Make It Happen. The artist is Dog Park. I think I've put Dog Park out here before. They have another couple of good ones called Dive Bar Named Nirvana and what's the second one? Now It's Over. They're like a 4 or 5 piece, like sort of indie alt outfit. I like them. So those were good. I've been pretty much just listening to the Deluxe though, so can't help you about further deep dive. While we're on the subject, right? That did occur. The Deluxe dropped on the 23rd, so what was that? Friday. It was like Friday morning because I was awake for that, but I'm like, Friday. Dropped on Friday. It's got 4 new tracks for us from Tate. I know you listened to it. I don't think you listened to it in order, which was kind of funny to me because I wasn't sure if you were awake when I was texting you thoughts about it. So I was like, I'm going to keep this very brief just in case he's not awake because I don't want to like blow up his phone on it.
Time out.
And then
it was 10 o'clock on a Thursday night.
Well,
of course I was going to be awake.
I don't know.
There's
any number of extenuating circumstances
I feel like you know me better than most people. And if there's like, one thing you know about me.
we're just pointing at each other. We're like, wait. So you know that when you text me, my phone doesn't go off. So you don't worry about texting me in the middle of the night because it won't wake me up. Yeah. I worry about texting other people because I don't know if that's like a default setting. I would feel bad if I woke somebody up with a stupid text for no reason at like midnight. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was awake. So I didn't want to do that. And then when you replied, you were on a completely different song. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. This just came out. Where are you? Yeah.
Because here's my listening experience. 10 o'clock hits. I go to Apple Music and the damn thing doesn't play. Like I hit play. I hit the number. I play on the first track, and it was like, no, you're gonna listen to Tit for Tat instead.
Okay.
I kid you not. So it was like there was something wrong with the Apple Music. So I was like, all right, well, what the hell do I guess I can't listen to this. Too damn bad. So I was like, I'll just go to the Tate's YouTube channel. She's probably got something up there, and she had them up on her YouTube channel, the lyric videos. And so I listened to the lyric videos instead, and I must have listened to them completely out of order.
Gotcha. It's like, where are you at? Yeah, it was very funny. I will tell you, this is like a similar experience. I wish that there were I don't wish for the life that the Kardashians lead, but several times I do wish that there was a camera on me in my life because I had like a full body like reaction when the Deluxe started, and it was like the string orchestra of like trying on shoes, and it was like what happens when a little dog gets the zoomies, like. But I was in this hotel, like this giant hotel bed. It was like a queen size bed, way too big for me, and I was like all nicely propped up in the pillows and stuff, and then like the string orchestra started, and I like started to like levitate out of the bed, and then it like the rest of the song goes on, and I'm looking for somebody else to rationalize what I'm hearing, be like, listen to this, and there was no one in the room, so I was just like scurrying around by myself like, oh my god, I have to tell someone. That song is so good. It's like triplets with Purple Lace Bra, and I hear some Rubber Band in it. That might just be me like diving too deep into it, but I think that they go well together. And at whatever point she decides to tour again, I'm going to need to hear all this stuff live. But I really enjoyed that one. Anything But Love was one that went out, quote, unreleased on the internet like a while ago. I haven't listened to it because we don't play that game here. We don't listen to things that are leaked. But I guess that one was pretty much like the same as it has been. I like that one. Nobody's Girl is a standout for me. There's something about it that just it's an earworm. The music video is so good. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's very like 2000s MTV, like Y2K. It's almost like a little bit like Lana Del Rey, in a sense, but it's very like, I don't know how to describe it. The visuals of it are very like hazy, gauzy, like 90s camera, like almost like a film camera, like found footage kind of deal, like low res. But it's really cool, and like it's completely different in an art direction sense from anything else that she's put out. So that's kind of cool too. But for sure, like just watching it the first time, that's a thing that would have like been on in the morning on MTV when you're like getting ready to go to school or go to work or something. That music video is like right there.
Right.
Super cool. And then we had Horseshoe that also came off of it. And I like that one. I feel like it gets a little bit lost in the two immediately in front of and behind it, though, because it's like sandwiched in with Nobody's Girl and then Tit for Tat following. It's like it kind of gets lost in the sauce there. But I was undecided on like putting the Deluxe tracks first on the record, but I do think it makes a lot of sense. Like listening to it in the full order from there on, it's like, okay, that does fit the narrative to put them there.
I will say that I haven't listened to it too much, other than like once or twice. Never being the hash brown allegations, but it's got one of my favorite lyrics in the history of mankind in 2025, which is, "And if you hate me, then why you keep jacking off to Tatiana," which is just just incredible.
Yeah, we're not taking any prisoners with this. And then like you sandwich it in on the rest of some of it that's like like an absolute like heartbroken track. It's like, I can't be who you want me to be. I can't compete. There's like it's somebody I'm not, and like it tears me up to think about it. And then you put in Anything But Love, and it's like, well, actually, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let me air this out real quick.
Here's a quick little fun thing you can do. Go to Anything But Love on genius.com.
Okay.
I can send you the link if you want, or you can just
I got
it
it.
yourself.
I have a laptop in front of me. We're chilling. Yep.
Okay. And then click on the very first lyric of the song. "My dad hates you, my dog hates you, my brother hates you, and I do too." And look at the annotation.
Hates you, and I do too. Everyone hates the guy. Heart, dead rose, twin. Well, fair enough. I'm kind of loving the line about Ryan hates you because like it could be co-producer Ryan Better. It could also be like her bodyguard
Mm-hmm.
Ryan. It's like there's multiple Ryans in her corner that hate this person that we're talking
Yeah.
about, which is
Yeah.
very funny objectively. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
good
So there,
stuff.
it
This is
seemed
the
to be
good
well
stuff.
received from the people, which is great.
As of today, like just today's numbers, I think it outstreamed Life of a Showgirl, which is crazy.
That's pretty dang impressive. 2026 tour question mark.
No, take a break. She won't, but like we can tell her. Like, please sit down.
Sabrina just had her 69th show of tour.
I'm sure she was enjoying that milestone. Along the same amount of time as Max's 69th win in Formula One.
Yes.
Look at that. Synchronicity. Could just be making something out of nothing, but synchronicity. That was wonderful to wake up to this morning, was that text from you with the like F1. I don't know if it was a Twitter link or whatever it was, but it was brilliant news.
Yeah. Here's the timeline on that. So, race is over at 10:30 here in Arizona, 12:30 Eastern time. And as we've already discussed, I'm always awake until you gotta stir your onions.
Hold on, I need my timer's up. I need to stir my onions.
Go stir your onions, and
keep talking. I'm listening.
I'll explain the story. Yeah, you have your AirPod and you can hear me. Okay, so yeah, it's like 10:30. Race is over. And then I'm just like, you know what? I got nothing else to do. I can put on the Ken Burns documentary, American Revolution. So here's now where I spend, while Jordan is gone, spend the next 2 minutes talking about the American Revolution until she comes back. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bore you with those details. But anyway, so yeah, I'm watching that. And then I start to see some shenanigans happening, which is that Andrea Stella is not doing his media interviews. And then we get a report from Spanish media that there is an FI person from the FI in the McLaren garage that is going, like something was up with their car. And the rumors start to circulate from there. And then we get more people coming in. We get, Sky Sports chimes in. We get others. And then we get the document dropping at 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Close to 2 o'clock in the morning
Beats
my
me,
time.
man. I was asleep.
And then at that time, I'm like, son of a bitch. It usually takes them about 3 hours after the race to get the official reports out. So it's 3.5 hours after the race. I'm starting to fall asleep. I'm like, I can't stay awake to find out what's going to happen here. Because at first it seemed to be the original rumors were that there was some sort of a fuel issue and that the car might be underweight. And so I was like, okay,
because that has happened in Vegas before. Like that happens sometimes. The cars end up underweight, and I think they were worried that Kimmy was going to end up underweight for his tire strategy or like whatever it was.
Yeah.
That it was, yeah.
And so that's why people thought that Lando was backing off at the end of the race. Keep as much fuel as he has in the car so he passes inspection. And then the document drops at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh man, we're in the weeds now. They're probably going to be penalized here for this, because usually in the past, you get a document that says that they're under investigation for that specific infraction, you get disqualified. Right? I think the Ferraris had it happen earlier this year. It had happened to, I think, George last year that gave Lewis a win. And so I'm like, I'm trying to stay awake to find out what happens in this situation. I'm like, I just can't stay awake any longer and fall asleep. And I'm like, shoot, I'll just wake up to figure out what happens. And it turns out they were both disqualified, which was great. It was just incredible news.
Yep. Some people are theorizing that this skid plate has maybe been an issue longer than we think, but I don't know. You and I have been searching for a reason to say that this car is illegal all year. It would be
Yeah.
funny if like this is it. But
I think honestly, I think it is because it lines up with everything that has kind of happened in this with this McLaren this year. Because, like you said, we were saying in the text, like originally it seemed like these McLarens, for whatever reason, were their tires were lasting longer, and they were just not their tires were not wearing. So we thought maybe it was something in their braking system or something up in that part of the car that was causing them to be so much better. To the tune of that they won the constructors title so much earlier than any other team title has been won in this ground effect era, the last decade.
and by a massive margin.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Just ridiculous. And so yeah, so this we saw after Brazil that there were some rumblings that the FIA had kind of changed things, that they got tipped off to what was going on with the floor of a couple different cars, and that they were being manipulated. And now the FIA caught on to this, and I don't think they issued a new directive to get rid of this specific thing. I don't 100% recall if they did. I think they did. I think they were like, hey, you can't do this anymore. And essentially what was happening was like there was a specific part that they put on the floor to reduce the wear of the at the bottom of the race car, when it's bottoming out, basically, like we saw a lot of in Vegas because it was so bumpy.
And that car
And
just this year has been running so low to the ground compared
yes,
to lots of others. Like visually, you could see it.
yeah,
You sent me, I think it was from Bahrain, like from the first race this season, that it's like sitting on the ground. Like you should
yeah,
not be able to do that
yeah.
without sparks or floor damage, and it's going over curbs like nobody's business. It's like
Yep. And this era of car, that the ground effect era, that matters so much to these cars, and it generates so much downforce that it makes so much sense why that car was so much better on some of these tracks where downforce is so much of a key. And I think this is what's happening. And the I don't think anything can be done about it now, especially now that we're going into a new generation of car now in 2026. So they can't really do anything about it now outside of the last two races. And we're going to find out really, really quickly because Qatar and Abu Dhabi are both tracks that the McLarens would be really good at, great at, dominant at on paper. And so we're going to find out really, really quick if this subtle change now is going to be that big of a deal. If it is big enough of a deal to take them from being the best car on the grid to being third or fourth best on the grid behind the Red Bull and behind the Mercedes. And that little difference could be enough to allow Max to sneak in and win his fifth championship, which would just be
the
ridiculous.
all-time funniest thing to ever happen.
It would be it would legit be one of the greatest moments in I'll say motorsports history, but in the last like 25 years or so in all of motorsports. Like I don't know
Sure.
if we've ever
and like all-timer in Formula One at least.
Yes. Exactly. From being 104 points back at one point, like he was down, out, dusted, said himself, I was never going to win another race this year. And then he's 24 points back with two races left and still in the fight. With a McLaren that seemingly is teetering on the edge of who knows what's going to happen. So, yeah. Vegas race in general, most people I saw online and was talking to did not like the race. I actually thought it was fairly. I liked it. I mean, I thought there was a good amount of overtaking in that race.
Sure. I like that track. I think it's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Cars go flat out down the strip and like go through some really challenging sectors in that course, especially in qualifying. Like I was nervous the entire time in qualifying, and they were putting us on board with these drivers while their cars were going like every which way around turn 14 or whatever it was. And I just thought they were going to put it in the wall every single time they went around a corner, and then they didn't. It's a testament to how good these drivers are, but like very different race in the wet versus in the dry. and just completely changes the track. So these cars that went for a high downforce setup to cope with the rain then didn't have ultimate pace when it came to race day, because there's so many long straights to go with these technical corners.
Yeah. I thought there was a decent amount of overtaking in the race. There were some DRS trains that were kind of developing a little bit, so that made it a little bit tougher to overtake. But there were shenanigans right off the bat from lap 1, and that made the race really fascinating. Gabriel Bortoletto looked like his controller got disconnected on the first turn. Like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah, he's had a tough last couple of weeks of it.
And then then we got Kimi Antonelli with like legit one of the great drives of the season. To get himself onto the podium after the disqualification. Just be like, my tires are not going to degrade. The McLaren behind me isn't going to pass me. The Ferrari behind him isn't going to pass me either. And just was like, good freaking luck.
He said, I do 50 laps on the hard.
Yeah,
tires do not degrade.
And it's like, that is like insanely hard to do on that track because DRS means so much. Like if you are the front car in a train and that DRS means so much, like you're gonna get blown away. And he did not. That didn't happen. Oscar was within his DRS for 15 laps, if not more, and just could not get past him. On like 20 lap newer tires. So yeah, incredible drive from Kimi. Got himself on the podium because of disqualification. So yeah, I like the race. I like that track. We later found out that the silly ass water display after the race was like pre-recorded and didn't actually happen. It was
such a jump scare. I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? It's like Mickey Mouse doing Phantasmic at the Bellagio fountains.
Yeah.
And like, let me also tell you, I despise the Sphere. I think you and I have talked about this. I guess I don't despise it as a concert venue because I guess it could be cool, but it's such an eyesore. Like, that thing is silly. Why do we gotta have that here? Just a giant globe that's like you can project visuals onto it. I hate when they make that thing like an emoji and it like has eyes and it looks around. You're like, don't do that. Please no. No, thank you.
So we got that. We got Lando dropping an F-bomb on live television, so he'll be fined for that, I'm sure. Probably just a slap on the wrist.
Sure. Yeah.
Max was making 69 jokes on the
He literally was. I'm like, yeah, God, can we do that? Are we really doing this right now?
The guy from Avatar.
I just thought it was an interesting number. Like, Max, please.
The guy from Avatar was there for just no reason at all.
Right. I'm pretty sure the reason is Avatar, but I could not tell you.
Yeah, it's coming out next month. I already bought my ticket.
Okay, that makes sense for you. Avatar. But what is it called? Fire and Ash?
Fire and Ash. And we're getting, and we are getting hasn't been confirmed, but allegedly we're getting a prologue to Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. And usually if we get those are usually only in IMAX theaters, which is why I bought my Avatar ticket for IMAX. So like everybody else is going to get a new trailer, but like we're going to get like a full on prologue, which is generally just like the first like 5 or 6 minutes of the movie. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that. That's going to be exciting.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
But yeah, other than that, Vegas dominating win for Max, just incredible overtake in turn 1. We even said it, like you were like, I don't know how long I'm going to stay awake for this race, and I was like, Max has got to get him in turn 1. If he doesn't get him in turn 1, the race is over.
I'm not sure he even got him in turn 1. Lando just went back to his stupid self in turn 1.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to put them both into the wall. Like we've nearly done that to each other, like goofing around on F1. Like I'm going to turn left, like into the person. Like, hey, wait a minute. He chopped so hard straight across the track to try and defend or whatever it was. Who knows? That he fully just sent himself into a different zip code trying to make that turn. You're like, buddy, what was the point?
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
Man. I thought David Coulthard like was perfect this has been going on social media too. Is like Lando tried to play Max's game, but Lando doesn't even know the rules of the game, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Coulthard's like pen in the press box starts
Yeah.
smoking as he's
Yes.
like writing that down. He's like, write that down. Yeah, DC had some really good analysis, like all
Yeah.
race. That was just like, hey, here's what's going on. And Russell passed Norris then as a result of that thing that like
Mm-hmm.
in the grand scheme of things, right? It almost mattered because when Lando had that issue or whatever it was at the end of the race where he was really conserving time, like it's a good thing George also had an issue where he would have fully caught you
Yeah.
for P2 on the
Yes.
track before
Yes.
all these, disqualifications and things. And it also brought us my favorite moment, which is that Lando's race engineer said, "Go get Max." And GP was on the radio to Max that said, "Lando's been told to come and get you." And then Max put like 10 seconds on him instantly. It was so funny.
It was that. It's our one of our. It's the fastest lap.
Fastest lap. Does the Norris guy know we can see what's happening? Fastest lap. Like, just, yeah, so funny. Yep. That was worth watching just for that, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I have been awake at 1 a.m. 2 years in a row for that silly race, but I guess it was worth it both times. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And last year you were up trying to buy Max Championship merch in an hour line.
I secured the bag. I just took a nap in the middle of it, but
Yeah.
it was fine. Like I was in the queue, nothing was happening. I just I took like 20-minute naps.
That's
and
funny.
you just like wake up and check the thing and see where I was in line.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to congratulate Dorian Penn on her F1 Academy championship. She's been a great driver all year and last year. I feel bad for Maya Vogue, who got crashed out in in one of the feature races. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was in the wet. That's always a nightmare to try and drive those cars in the wet. Bad things happen. We should not make them do that.
Yes, I'm going to stand on my soapbox and say that the women who do well in F1 Academy should be higher up on the ladder, and that's like the big discussion point about that series is like it's not really advancing a lot of these women in higher up on the F1 ladder. It just kind of like, okay, because like last year's champion Abby Pulling, I think it was in British F4 this year, British Formula 3 or something like that. So not really much higher on the ladder. And she did okay. I don't think she won any races, but got some podiums in there. She ended up doing it. She also did like the women's test in Formula E. And so we'll see where Dorian goes too, and I hope she gets a better ride. And a lot of those women get better opportunities, and that series becomes more important. Because I hope it doesn't go away. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a very important series for a lot of those women to get those opportunities and be in front and get those ties to Formula One teams. But again, it would be so much better if like the champion of the series was able to get an F3 seat, but that's just not how things work out. I think it's kind of silly, but whatever.
Yeah, the feeder part of the series is not very direct or linear, but they do get good some of them get good relationships. Like Mercedes has always been good about supporting Dorian, and Lewis was supporting Maya a lot, and Ferrari in general, and like some teams have different relationships with their drivers, but like you always see Toto and the Mercedes guys and Bono over there.
I thought it was awesome. I texted you afterwards that Toto and George and Kimi were all down there like celebrating. I thought that was really awesome. That's really cool because they don't have to do that. And I thought that was really awesome that they went and showed her support. Like you said, Lewis was always great. I feel like was there a lot of times in previous seasons when he was with Merck. He'd always show up and show support for those women. Susie Wolf is like the big main person behind that series. So Toto's wife. So before we go, I have some
the pants arguably.
Yeah, I have some show and tell before we go.
Yes.
I can save this for next week. This is book talk. I have
another
book talk segment, but we're out of time, so I'll save that.
You can show and tell.
I'll save it for next week. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been reading this.
I could go get a vinyl, I guess. You show the front and back of your book. Give a little quick flash synopsis.
Yeah. The Will of the Many is a great fantasy book, and it is about a kind of like hierarchical fascistic system, and in the hierarchical fascistic system, it entirely runs on the power of will, which is interesting. And it's so, yeah, I'm about a third of the way through it. Interesting book. A lot of people love it. The sequel, the second book in this series, just came out like 2 weeks ago, which is why I wanted to catch up and read it. So, interesting so far. Thank you, library, for getting this to me quicker. So there's that. I also have one more show and tell.
Library.
I also have more show and tell. If you thought one Tatis was enough, how about 2 Tatises?
How about a second one? Tatii, plural?
Tatii.
I don't know. Tatiana, plural. Yeah, we only paid for one of those, so.
I only paid for one, so. Do you want one?
Sell it, Tate Fund.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Tate Fund. Yeah, I got 2 vinyl in this week. Vinyl, plural. I ordered this while we were at SDCC, actually. So it's been, 4 months. This is the Bad World Blood Records Mayhem pressing, which is funny because it's actually my first Gaga vinyl. But it is liquid filled. It's like a black and orange.
That's so cool.
Oil.
That's wild.
Oil liquid. Then there's also a second disc that is just like neon orange, which is kind of cool. I'm afraid. I've never had a vinyl filled record before. I'm like, what happens if this thing leaks? Like, what is this? Are we okay? And then the other one I got is just this little 7-inch. It was the Urban Outfitters single that my Wi-Fi decided to have a nightmare about while I was trying to buy it. But it's a double of Purple Lace Bra. It's okay. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised. You texted me that showed up, and it showed up like the day after.
I was hoping that it showed up before we left for a week straight. I'm like, please don't be sitting on my doorstep. And it was well ahead of that. So well done to Urban Outfitters for that. Poorly done to my Wi-Fi.
You had that on your dock. Usually I'm the one with Wi-Fi issues.
Dude, they hit a line. I think I told you about this, but just quickly. Yeah. They were digging when I left for work. I don't know what week this was. I think they went on sale the 11th. So this was the week of the 11th. They were like digging drainage or something out behind our buildings. And I was home trying to buy this thing, and my router wasn't cooperating, and it was, blinking orange or whatever, like it does when it usually updates or whatever. I'm like, it's fine. It just decided to update at a really inconvenient time. So didn't think anything of it. Got a text from my apartment complex later that afternoon. It was, 1:30 or something, so I'm already back at work. Like, I can't deal with it. It's like, we were digging some drainage, and we found some lines that were not marked by 811. We are hoping they were old, unused internet lines. Please text us if your service is interrupted. Like, well, I'm not home, so I can't figure out if those two things are related. And I got home, and surely they were related because my router was straight up not working. And my app was sending me all kinds of alerts about, like, network outage. But they already had the truck outside at that point. It just took them, like, another 24 hours to fix it. So I didn't have Wi-Fi temporarily. I almost had to watch Emma Stone bald on my phone, which would have been a really rough cinematic experience. Yeah.
Emma Stone bald is a experience that you can experience in any way, shape, or form, and it's still great.
She can be bald in any format, and she's still brilliant. Should we just make the title of the episode this week Emma Stone bald?
We have to. I think we have to. Maybe we would get more clicks.
Maybe somewhere.
Maybe people would think that Emma Stone actually decided to come on our show. Hey, she's a Padres fan.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Big time Padres fan. Mm-hmm. Emma Stone, Padres fan. Bald. Not really bald. She's fine now, I guess. Yeah. But I say it like it was I say it like it was a condition that like you can heal from, like baldness. I'm like, she's fine now.
I cannot side note real quick before we wrap up here. I cannot tell you the amount of shock that was like, first of all, I didn't know that the first one was coming. Because first of all, I completely forgot that I had pre-ordered it. And so I didn't know when they were going to show up. I was like, do they even remember that I bought this? And if I was
It's
ever
been
going to show
4
up,
months. Like,
and I got like
your
a
t-shirt ever come, by the way?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the closet somewhere.
Just while I think about it, like, oh yeah, we did also order one of those.
And so like I got a random like shipping notice that something was shipping. I was like, I didn't freaking order anything. What are you talking about? I'm like, all right, whatever. Shows up at my front door, open it. It's one of these. I get a second shipping notice. I was like, I didn't order anything. What is this?
Louise.
I open it up and it's the second one of these. And I go, what is happening?
Infinite Tatii glitch.
Yeah. And you know what? I got a third G-Dang shipping notice this week. And I got a thing in my mailbox that said the receptacle was full. You go pick it up at your mailbox. And I was like, what? I didn't order anything. What is this? So you're going to get another text from me that I have another.
Is there going to be a third one?
I don't think so. Because these showed up by UPS. So they showed up at my door. There's whatever random article of shipment stuff or whatever that I'm going to go pick up tomorrow was USPS. Again, didn't order anything, not expecting anything. It's coming from San Diego. It's coming from San Diego, California.
What?
So
okay.
No idea. It's definitely, it's not our badges yet. Like those don't ship out until May or June of next year. So I have no idea what this is. So come along for the ride when I tell you what it is tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna love getting that text. Or I guess you could wait until next week's podcast.
Yeah,
if you really want to,
maybe I'll do like an unboxing video or something because
that'd be fun.
Like I've ordered die casts in the past, but I've always expect those to show up. So that's not one of these. So I legit have no clue what's happening. Like I don't know what this is. I'm kind of scared.
It's like maybe it's a head in a box.
It's a signed photo of Emma Stone bald.
It's me. I sent you some caramelized onions. Maybe they'll be caramelized by the time they get to you. Who knows?
Do we have an update? Because you left like 10 minutes ago.
They're pretty brown. Yeah, they're not like the animal style brown yet, but they're very soft and they're pretty brown, and they're probably gonna be fine in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's 7:30.
At some point, I'm going to bed, and we're just going to call it a day and be like, well, that was a failure. I chopped up 4 onions for nothing.
So 7:30 is fine. Like, that's...
Sure. Soup time.
Soup time.
All right. That's good enough. Okay.
Now I can do my full review of the American Revolution. Just kidding. We'll do that next week.
I'm signing off. I don't know if you heard me yelling from
yes,
the kitchen
I did.
when you were talking about that. I was like, please. Yeah. I'll let you do one small segment on Ken Burns next week if you let me do this outro in peace.
Okay. I'll shut up. I'll mute my mic. Hang on.
Okay. Thanks for listening. I don't know what episode we're on. I think it might be 91, but however many episodes it's been, you can follow us at OHOBC Pod. There's noises happening outside. Richie's laughing muted. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can find everything that we've ever done there and go back and watch it all if you want to, or if you want to understand the joke that we made earlier in the episode about the Topgolf basketball concept and Anne Hathaway. You should name your car Anne Hathaway. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for listening.